If the quest to slow aging were a reality show, you'd have your usual frontrunners: clean-eating calorie restrictors, tech billionaires in cryotherapy chambers, and supplements like NMN and NR flaunting their NAD+, boosting credentials. But imagine the surprise twist when a mysterious, mood-shifting, mind-expanding contender like psilocybin struts onto the stage, not with antioxidant promises or mitochondrial math, but with something far weirder: a neural reset button, and maybe even a rejuvenated gut. So, how does psilocybin, the serotonin-stirring star of psychedelic research, stack up against NAD plus precursors like NMN, nicotinamide mononucleotide, and NR, nicotinamide riboside, two of the most science-backed darlings of the anti-aging community? Let's dive into this unexpected crossover episode of Molecular Longevity, where mood meets mitochondria and neuroplasticity parties with cellular energy. Let's start with NMN and NR. These compounds are essentially metabolic boosters designed to crank up levels of NAD+, a critical coenzyme that your body uses for almost everything: energy production, DNA repair, sirtuin activation, the proteins that keep your cells acting young, and survival signaling under stress. NAD+ is the biochemical equivalent of battery life. The more you have, the more your cells can handle oxidative hits, metabolic stress, and the slow unraveling of aging. Unfortunately, NAD+ levels start dropping like bad crypto coins sometime in your 30s, which is where NMN and NR come in. These precursors enter your system, convert into NAD+, and help keep your cellular engines running cleaner, longer, and more efficiently. They're like tune-ups for your mitochondria. But while NMN and NR are very much in the realm of molecular maintenance, polishing the gears, optimizing the engine, psilocybin operates on a whole different axis. It's not focused on cell fuel. It's playing with the software. Psilocybin plugs into serotonin 5, HT2A receptors, unleashing a storm of neuroplasticity and disrupting stale, age-hardened thought patterns. It doesn't boost NAD+ levels or directly activate sirtuins. Instead, it tweaks neural connectivity, emotional processing, and, emerging research suggests, reduces chronic inflammation and may even influence the microbiome. In short, it helps your brain remember how to be flexible and, in some cases, how to feel alive again. Here's the twist, though. Psilocybin might end up influencing aging pathways indirectly, in ways that NAD+ boosters don't touch. For example, chronic psychological stress, depression, and trauma are all known accelerators of aging, both in terms of telomere shortening and inflammatory signaling. Psilocybin-assisted therapy has been shown to reduce depressive symptoms, increase emotional resilience, and even spark long-lasting improvements in quality of life. If we accept that aging isn't just about cell function, but also about how well your whole system handles time, mentally, emotionally, immunologically, then psilocybin might actually be nudging the aging process in surprisingly durable ways. Meanwhile, NAD+ boosters like NMN and NR are a bit like Swiss bankers: discreet, reliable, no mood swings, just keeping your cellular accounts in the black. They've been shown in animal studies to improve insulin sensitivity, boost endurance, enhance DNA repair, and even extend lifespan in certain models. But here's the catch: while they seem to keep you running, they don't necessarily make you feel any younger. No euphoric breakthroughs. No spiritual reset. Just better cellular bookkeeping. Which brings us to a very 21st century philosophical dilemma. Is aging simply a metabolic decline to be measured and managed? Or is it also a psychological, cognitive, even spiritual condition to be reinterpreted? This is where psilocybin throws down the existential gauntlet. It may not boost NAD+ or extend lifespan in worms or mice, but it can shift how people perceive aging, death, and selfhood. It can help break cycles of isolation, fear, and trauma that biologically accelerate aging. And if future studies confirm its anti-inflammatory and microbiome rebalancing powers, then it may very well turn out to be doing something longevity researchers have only dreamed of: not just adding years to life, but meaning back into those years. So, who wins in the molecular face-off? That depends on your strategy. If you want clean, quantifiable cellular upgrades, NMN and NR are your friends. They're science-forward, largely safe, and, thanks to rising consumer interest, more accessible than ever. But if you believe aging is as much about connection, cognition, and inner experience as it is about energy levels and enzyme repair, psilocybin might be the wild card we never saw coming. Or, more likely, the future of aging will involve both: metabolic scaffolding, and neural renewal. Mitochondria firing on all cylinders while the brain, unburdened by years of mental rest, rediscovers its capacity for awe, curiosity, and adaptability. NAD plus for the cells, psilocybin for the soul. And somewhere in between, maybe, just maybe, the closest thing we've ever had to turning back time.